Hello, I'm Brooks Keel, the president of Augusta University, and I want to share with you some additional information that may impact many of our university employees. A recent executive order coming from the office of President Biden will require most federal contractors to comply with COVID-19 guidelines from the Safer Federal Workforce Task Force. The guidance requires affected employees to provide written confirmation that they are fully vaccinated against COVID-19 by December 8th. According to this guidance, the term fully vaccinated means at least 2 weeks following the last dose of the two-dose Moderna and Pfizer vaccines, or 2 weeks following the single Johnson & Johnson dose vaccine. Augusta University has over 200 federal contracts and is subject to the provisions of this order. Employees impacted by the rule include the following: all full-time or part-time employees, including student workers, who are working on or in conjunction with a covered federal contract. Note that this includes student workers, but not students in general. Employees who perform support functions such as human resources, billing, legal review, and other roles, and employees who are in the same workplace as employees working on or supporting federal contracts, but who do not themselves work directly on or in connection with the federal contract. Augusta University is currently undergoing an extensive review of all federal contracts associated with AU, the workplace locations where these contracts are being executed, and the employees affected by these contracts. We will notify all employees who fall into these categories for which a vaccine is required once this review is complete. The guidelines do provide for limited exceptions on the basis of religion, disability, or medical condition. Note that this information relates to employees of Augusta University. Our AU Health System leadership team is creating a plan to meet the federal guidelines that is specific to the health system, so please stay tuned for that information. Augusta University's COVID-19 Transition Committee is working through the details of implementing the guidelines. In the coming days, we will provide additional information on how to know whether you are an impacted employee or not, how to provide appropriate documentation if you are, and how to apply for an exception, and more. We know many of you have questions, and we are working diligently to provide additional guidance. More information will be shared as soon as it becomes available. I want to continue to emphasize that regardless of whether you need to comply with these new guidelines or not, unvaccinated employees remain encouraged to get vaccinated as soon as possible. Vaccination clinics are readily available for all employees, and please register today. Thank you all for continuing to do what you do to keep our Augusta University community safe, and please stay tuned for more information. We know there are a lot of questions. We're going to get information to you just as quick as we possibly can, so please stay tuned. Thank you very much, and go Jags.